Go.
Good evening, Facebook family and friends, and welcome to the Doris Hall James Indie Show. The Indie Show travels with entertainers through their musical journeys. Our guest for this evening is Patricia Akins. Patricia Akins is a retired school teacher, and she has extensive background singing and performing in all genres of music. Welcome, Patricia, to the Doris Hall James Indie Show.
Thank you, Doris.
Good.
Thank you.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's so good to see you. And I'm so glad that you accepted my invitation for the Doris Hall James Indie Show.
You're welcome.
How have you been?
I've been fine. But I also want to thank your sister, Sandy Watson Sykes, for this experience or opportunity.
But it is an experience and it is an opportunity for you.
Yes.
Because I've known you for a very long time. And you've been traveling through your music for many, many years.
Yes,
and now it's time for you to tell us a little bit about that.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready to tell us now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so let's get started.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. First, it was my mother who got me interested in music.
Okay.
She actually taught my sisters and I how to harmonize. She taught us how to sing. We would gather around the piano, and what she played the piano, and all of us would sing. I would most of the time do the soprano. All of us had different voices. Somebody would do alto, somebody would do tenor, and my mother was a tenor.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So we've been singing. I've been singing for quite some time, ever since I was little.
Ever since, and you had at a certain point, you had professional training in singing, didn't you?
Yes, I did. My professional training began with Dennis McNeil, who was my first vocal teacher. And then I also started with Catherine Westman. But I could go further back because at Bartram, there was a teacher who started an opera workshop.
Right.
And we did, I remember one specific opera we did, which was Dido and Aeneas, and I played the part of Belinda in this opera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know when we've known each other, and I know like my sisters and I, my sister Deborah, we used to do the same kind of thing. My mom used to play, but she didn't encourage us to play, but she used to play, and she would sit there and play our spirituals. And Deborah and I went in a different direction. We started writing because we love Smokey Robinson.
And
so we started writing all the songs. And that just stayed in you, stayed on you. And now look where you are now.
Yeah, I remember when you and Debbie used to sit around and write music.
Yeah.
In fact, recently, Debbie put something on Facebook.
Yes, she has
a song that she wrote, and ironically, Charlene Holloway was the one that sang the song. In fact, she has done something on our last CD also.
Good.
Her brother and sister-in-law also sings with the gospel choir. So yeah, I was really surprised. Debbie, it's a very nice song.
And see, those experiences, I think when we're young, help to, that stays within us.
Exactly.
If it's what we really want. Like music is what you love. You love music,
I
right?
love music.
And I love it too. And so those little experiences help us to grow within.
Yes.
And so now you're here. And what type of music are you singing now?
Right now, I am singing basically gospel.
Okay.
I sing with two choirs at the church. One does spiritual and maybe some classical, but the gospel choir, that's the one who has, we've traveled, we've gone, all over the place, singing all over the place.
Tell me about some of that travel.
Well, recently we just came back from Italy.
Oh, wow.
And we had the opportunity. We went to Rome, Florence, and Venice. We sang at the Vatican. We did a concert with Rollo Dilworth. That particular concert also included 3 other choirs. One choir was from Princeton. Another choir was from Arkansas and Colorado. We did sing at St. Peter Basilica. However, the Pope was not there. His stand-in was.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and we also shared, the gospel choir also shared a concert with the young people from Colorado.
Okay.
So it was an experience.
Yes.
We did a lot of walking too, because in Italy,
Okay.
the walking, you know, the cobblestones and stuff like that. It took a while for my feet to come down as a result of that. We sang in Florence. We sang at a church in Florence and Venice. So we had the opportunity. We were there we got there, we left here June 30th, but we did not arrive until July 1st, and we stayed until the 11th.
Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you travel every year with the choir? Or you travel twice a year? How does that work?
For the most part, we usually have a trip once a year. I think we've been to New York. We sang in New York in June, and we've been to Memphis, Tennessee, where I think it was a rhythm of gospel. We won the contest there.
Yeah, that's a
Yes, we've done so many things.
Thank God. Yes.
I remember, I guess about 4 or 5 years ago, we participated in the what was that? The Verizon's How Sweet the Sound. We went to New York and performed at Radio City Music Hall. We also, as a result, we won, and we had the opportunity to travel to Los Angeles. However, that was the day that they had that shooting at the LAX.
Okay.
So I was okay because they diverted our flight to Las Vegas. So I was happy.
Yeah.
So I played, we got off the plane and we were there for about 6 hours.
Okay, now I'm gonna come back to that, but I want to ask you, do you sing R&B, or have you ever sung
I
R&B?
did sing R&B. I can go back to the first time I was at Cheney at the time, and an instructor at Cheney decided to form a group.
Okay.
It was 3 of us who were students at Cheney at the time, and then he combined us with 3 young men that we didn't know, and he formed a group, the Ghetto Children, and that was Mr. Michael Nice.
Okay.
We did record he had a recording studio over in Camden. So we recorded a song. Both I and the other gentleman, we sang lead, but that recording didn't go far.
But it was recording.
It was recorded.
Great.
And what happened was the group eventually disbanded.
Okay.
So that was about for 2 years. That's the group lasted. And then the next time was in 77. It was right after I had gotten married. And 2 aunts who belonged to St. Thomas, they came to me and told me that their nephew was looking for a background singer, and they thought of me. So, and he was the older brother of Lola Falana, Bennett Falana. He has since passed. He passed, I think it was last year.
Regina says the song was Mother's Love.
Okay, right? I think Regina was part of the group, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Regina, because I forgot the name of the song. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So that's how long it's been.
Well, that's good.
Yes. And then I've done some things on my own. I bought some things that my church presented me in concert.
Okay.
God, it was in '93. They had purchased a new organ. So I was the soloist at that time. Leon Burroughs, excuse me, Leon Burroughs played the organ. And then I was accompanied by Frank Saunders at that time at the concert. So we shared the concert there.
That's good.
And then there was something, excuse me, at the old church at 52nd and Parish. I was part of a group who they were honoring Francis Johnson, who was a bugle player at St. Thomas, and he was also one of the early fire, because I was told that the program was is at the firehouse downstairs.
Let me say something to the audience while you get your drink of water. You got some water here?
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Hi, Sandy. I see you on here, and you're telling Denise that I love you, Denise.
I love you too, Sandy.
Donnell Porter. Hi. Kimberly Pope. Hi, Kim. I haven't seen or talked to you in so many years, but every once in a while I see you and your husband on Facebook. Hi. How are you guys doing? I can't see. Is this Marcy up top? I can't.
I don't have my glasses on.
Okay, you're listening to Denise Akins, and we're traveling through her musical journey today on Philly Live Radio and on Facebook Live. Did you get enough water?
I hope so.
Okay,
my
you ready to continue?
Clear.
Okay, so let's continue with this journey.
Okay.
Okay, now you did R&B first, then you went into the. Now,
well, I actually, I was doing a little bit of both when I was at Cheney under D. Jack Moses. He was the choir director, so we did spirituals and things like that.
Okay.
You know.
Now, how about, do you sing jazz?
I have, but not regularly. My sister, Adrian. Adrian sang jazz. She was, in fact, while she was at Overbrook High School, her and Bill Jolly, she was one of his vocalists, and she did some jazz.
Okay. Yeah. Now, with the choir now, I know that you had a Christmas CD, which I left at home.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But you have a CD called Jesus.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that CD?
The CD was written and produced by Walter Blocker and A. Germain, can't think of his last name, but it's on the CD. Our choir director, Walter, has written most of the music. He had other music that was written by other artists also. I'm just with the choir on that. I'm not singing any solos on that. I did do something on our second CD, which is The Anointing. The choir has, we've had 4 CDs. The first one is out of print. But the second,
so you have 4 CDs out?
We have 4 CDs plus the Christmas.
So that was
CD.
Total of 5.
Yeah.
And they're on iTunes and is
yes, iTunes. Yes, you can purchase the music. And I think that I guess it's still on CD Baby. I don't
CD Baby.
Yeah, CD Baby. And you can also purchase through the church.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well that's really good. Now, you know, we talk periodically like we did on Tuesday, and we talked about some goals or some things that I said, well, maybe you can get into. like songwriting. Did you think any more about that?
Nope.
Sing the song, write the
Nope.
song. You know, you have so much talent, and like a lot of people that we bring, entertainers we bring on the show. Some of them are known and some of them are not. So I want you to, you know, keep Patricia Akins in your mind, because she's done so many things and she's such a talented artist. And we want to encourage her now to move further into her musical journey and do some songwriting for us, right?
We'll think about it. I'll try to step out on faith and try to do it. I've never even thought about it. I really never have.
And Sandy, you stay with her and you try to encourage her to do that.
And I'll bet you she will.
Now, did you tell us the name of your choir?
Okay, the name of the choir is the St. Thomas Gospel Choir. But as I said before, I do sing with, actually, I just added a third choir. The first choir is the Chancel Choir under the direction of Dr. J. Fluellen. And of course, the Gospel Choir, which is under the direction of Walter Blocker. The third choir, which there was some conflict, they're doing a concert this week at Monumental Baptist Church, and that's the Philadelphia Mass Choir. And I have to say that St. Thomas is blessed to have some great musicians.
Oh God,
and they're composers.
Yeah.
They're composers, because Jay has written songs, of course.
Give Jay a shout out.
Hey, Dr. J,
yeah.
my Chancellor Choir director. And Walter has written a lot of songs. In fact, as I said, Jesus is one of the songs he wrote. And Rollo Dilworth, who we had the opportunity, we had the opportunity to go to Italy with him.
Okay.
He's an excellent composer. So I have to say that the church is blessed to have some talented musicians.
Okay, shout out to the church.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Well, you know, one of the things that I do is always try to promote an artist, because we want to keep our music alive.
Right.
Okay. And we have a studio right in the back.
Okay.
And, you know, if you can turn around, you can see the studio. It's right in the back.
Okay, all right.
And
okay.
if you decide that you want to do some solo singing,
well, you can invite me. I'll do something.
You can come in and you can, you know, cut you a CD. You know, you can do a CD. You know, you know, we are available for you if that.
Well, you gonna write a song for me?
Oh, yes,
Doris?
I will. Now, you know, I'm a songwriter.
I know.
That's
my
forte.
For me, Doris.
And I would do that. And you can come in and you can record it here at Simply Music Studio. And Gilbert is the one he's the engineer, and he does all the rhythms and all that kind of stuff. And him and I get together and we write songs. So some of the people the entertainers that are on our show, they've asked us to write them a song like Shirley Lights. And we're in the middle of doing that. And we can add you to the list.
Yeah, she was interesting.
Yeah.
I listened to her interview.
Okay. So now, from here on, what are you going to do? Tell us, what are you going to do?
Well, I guess I'm going to try to write music. I hope it doesn't sound like Three Blind Mice, but I'm going to try to write some music.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm always going to continue with my music, you know, because that's me, no matter what. Even though my voice has changed over the years, music has always been my passion.
It's the passion. It's the passion.
You know, so
yeah.
I will never stop unless, you know, I'm getting ready to go 6 feet under.
Yeah. I
will always sing.
Well, have you thought about any teaching? I'm gonna have you doing everything before it's over with.
Well, I don't know about you know, I have like prepared some people who were going into one of the music schools, like, you know, help them with their auditions. But I haven't thought about teaching since I retired 9 years ago. That's an idea, because I could sure use the extra money.
Yeah.
I never thought, like you teach piano and
Mhm.
stuff. I never thought about teaching voice.
Because I have students that, I can't do it all.
Mhm.
I just can't do it all. But I have students that that can really hold a note.
Okay.
They can hold a note,
All right.
but they need vocal training,
Mhm.
And I'm always out trying to find like volunteers, people to come in and help, but it's really, really hard,
Okay.
But we have to like train.
We got to
youth.
train our
Yeah,
future. We got to
that's
train
our
our
future,
future,
and
we can't let music has to continue on
Good
anyway.
music.
Good music.
Good music.
and
Yes.
the thing about this one, his name is Ali Muhammad.
Mhm.
Okay, he's there every week with a new song. Okay, every week with a new song. He's supported by his mother and his father, and the mother's always there with him, and he's ready to sing. He just needs some coaching. Okay, so while you're thinking about that,
I'll think about it.
also think about Ali Muhammad.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Well, thank you for my cousin who came to support me. Because at first I was, this is this is like an example of stepping out on faith.
Yeah.
When I was asked to do this interview, I had wanted like that emoji with the eyes big, like what, because your sister, Sandy Watson Sykes, she wanted me to do this. And I said, oh, Lord. But I'm glad I did it. Yeah. It's an experience. I can put this down on my resume. Yeah. But this is my cousin Pam Galloway.
Hey Pam,
and she came to support me. It's just it's just that experience. Yes. And I'm glad I did.
And so many of us need this experience because we need to let people know. Yes. All the things we've done and all the things that we're still doing. Mm-hmm. Now, many, many years have passed and you're still out there with your music.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You still have CDs out there. Mm-hmm. And we need to let them know that. We need to always keep our music alive.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Ladies, man, I have something.
Go ahead. You can say something.
Thank you. Okay, what would be your let's say short-term goal?
Good.
As far as music is
concerned. Never thought about that. My short-term goal, I guess, getting back to trying to write music.
Okay. Well, then long-term, maybe that's easy.
Continuing with my music.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, that's just it. That's me. I just love to sing.
Are you available for performances? If someone wants you to perform, so are you available for that?
Yes, and I still perform, on the outside. Lately, though, I've been singing at a lot of funerals. Mm. But I have done, when you go way back, I did sing for a lot of events for different groups and stuff like that. This is way back when I was still a soprano. But
life changes.
Life changes. I'm still doing things. Occasionally, one of my choir directors, he connected me with somebody that needed somebody to sing, so I did that.
Okay.
That was like maybe 7 or 8 months ago, where I got paid.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, that's going to be good. Now, if someone wanted to, I always say the word book or hire you for a performance, how would they reach you? You have an email?
I have an email, lowercase p Akins, Akins, 1471 at AOL.com.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again.
Lowercase p Akins, Akins, 1471 at AOL.com.
Okay. Now,
Mhm.
Gilbert is telling me something that I don't think I can even see to do. So,
Right.
at this point, I don't think I can see to do it.
Uh-huh.
But you know, it was something I was going to ask you before Gilbert said that about. Oh man, Gilbert, I've lost my thought.
Oh, okay. Let's come up with something new.
Okay.
Well, I know that, I was just thinking how many entertainers have come from this community.
Oh, that was good.
Yes,
That was good because we talked about that.
Yes, we did, from the Cobbs Creek area.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in the 1600 block of Ellsworth Street.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a couple of doors from me. You have Leonard Davis, who sings with Double Exposure.
Okay, Butch, you heard that.
Yes.
Your name, you right?
Yep. And well, he was like my dad's other son. And of course, you sang with Vermel. You did something with Vermel.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when she was on Pig Meat Markham. She was the one that walked her. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. And you have the Curry family, whose father, Paul Curry, was the musical director for Hines and Dad. This is just on my block.
And Tony Collins.
They have Mickey Collins and Tony and Billy.
Yeah.
And then on 60th, right near us, Rodney Green, who performed in The Wiz. You have Van, who performs with the Stylistics. You have Ursula, who sings with First Choice. So
and
we
Kenny
have
Jenkins,
and Kenny
and
Jenkins.
Kenny Jenkins is interviewing with us tonight at 7:00.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. So we have a wealth of talent in our within the 8-block radius of from where we lived off of Cobbs Creek Parkway. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And
I didn't go out there like the rest of them, but I am still singing.
You're still singing, and that's the most important part. And we have an interview coming up with Ursula at the end of August.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to be last month, but they were booked.
Yeah, I saw she put something on Facebook about they were performing in New York or something. Yeah.
So she's coming back the end of August, and she will be interviewing with us too.
Okay. All right.
What is your preference? Do you prefer singing solo or singing in a group?
I could say both.
Okay.
I would say both. Because I've done both. I still continue to do both. At my church, Walter wrote, so I didn't sing it on the first CD, but I'm singing one of his pieces, I Am Thy God. That's what I've done that. And then I haven't done it in a while, but I don't know whether you recall Beverly Brockington. She's done quite a few songs on our up into, I think the third CD is when she passed. If you're going to pray, then don't worry. So she sang that, but I sing that also. I haven't done it in a while. I just hope I'm not sending nothing out to Walter, any ideas.
So Walter, if you're listening, get some ideas from this.
But I'm comfortable singing with the choir and singing solo.
Now my thought came back. Who are your favorite artists?
My favorite artists, actually, I can think of two.
Okay.
One from the old school and one from now. And that would be Mahalia Jackson.
Oh, okay.
I always loved her voice.
Yes.
And I think about when she sang Soon I Will Be Done on in the Invitation of Life. I just loved the way she sang it. You could feel it. I just love her voice. And the new school would be Yolanda Adams. But sometimes I don't really want to focus. I have so many, like Richard Smallwood, CC and BB Winans, the Kirk Franklin, Donnie McClurkin. I love them all. There's so many of them. It's hard to pin. But as far as the old school, Mahalia Jackson.
Yeah, because I remember my mother used to love her.
Yeah.
She used to sit down and listen to all her
Yeah,
music.
she was. I think most people had her recordings in their homes. We had it in our home too. So,
but you know what? When we talk about the Kirk Franklins and the Donny Hathaways, they bring something new.
Okay, Donny Hathaway would be more or less the R&B part.
Yeah, they bring something new to gospel and inspiration.
You mean Donny McClurkin?
Yeah, Donny
McClurkin.
Yeah. Donny
Hathaway.
Donny Hathaway. Yeah,
was in her mind, but he was
Donny
more R&B.
He brings something new. They bring a new type of gospel inspirational music to us now. Kirk Franklin, so it's all different ways, different styles we can create to get God's word out.
Yeah, and you have to draw the young people in.
You draw them in. Like Kirk Franklin, a lot of his stuff, it draws in, the younger crowd.
Yeah, he knows how to relate.
And that's what we need to do.
Yes.
So I give them a shout out for that, right?
Right. Ladies, this Rashonda Scipio, she says Sora Akins was also the voice of our chapter's first website. She sang our sorority hymn beautifully.
Okay, I forgot. Thank you, Soror. I forgot all about that. Yes, I did.
Tell me about that.
Well, Rashonda was the what do you call him? The person who does what Gilbert's doing.
Okay.
And she came, the engineer, and she came to me and asked me would I record the national hymn for the sorority.
Okay.
And this is, God, it's been about maybe
a minute.
We'll say a minute. Yeah, a minute, because I can't. Yeah, and she came to me and asked me. I forgot all about that. Thank you, Shonda.
See, people remember.
Yes,
people remember. And we have a lot of younger artists that are trying to get into the music business. They're singing gospel, inspirational, and singing R&B and jazz. They're just trying their best to get into it. Okay. Whatever their choice of music is fine. Right. What kinds of words of encouragement do you have for them?
I would say never give up.
Okay.
Just don't give up. Continue. You're going to get a whole lot of no's before you get a yes. And I think about Anita Baker.
Okay.
Right now, because she was given a whole lot of no's. And she never gave up. And because people were trying to tell her they didn't like her, they didn't think her voice would sell, but look at her. So you never give up. Just keep on going. Just keep on going. That's it.
Okay. Now, what I would like for you to do is come back to join us again. Okay. I want you to come, Sandy. You know why?
Why?
Because I want to keep up. I want to keep traveling with you.
Okay.
And your musical journey. And you've gone so far now, and we want to see what else you're going to do.
You want to see whether I write that song.
Yeah, we want to add to this. We don't just want to leave this like this, and we want to see where else you go. Because what Gilbert and I do, we try to encourage the performers to keep on and to keep in touch with them.
All right.
Okay. And then what we also do is it'll be about 5 or 6 weeks from now, because we have a rotated schedule where this interview can be heard on the radio. Okay.
Yes.
On Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
At 4:30, and we will let you know, and you can let your family and friends know.
Okay.
And they can listen to the interview, and also
on
Philly Live Radio.
Thank you.
Philly Live Radio. Philly Live. So now, if they want to go back and look at the video, that's available too. Okay. And where's it available?
PhillyLiveRadio.com. You go there and on your computer or on your phone or whatever, and you can see there's a link there for each of the interviews that we do. It is also found on Simply Music One. Is that right?
Yes. Okay. I never know. I got so many emails.
SimplyMusic1.com. Yeah.
Simply Music 1 at Verizon.
Okay. Oh, correct.
No, is that it, Gilbert?
At Verizon.net, that's your email.
Oh, okay, so that's my email. So
Excuse us, we are old school. We don't know nothing about
we're old and dangerous.
Oh, gosh.
But you can tune us in on Philly Live Radio. You can tune us in and you can look at the review the video, or you can go on the radio station and you can listen to it done by the radio. And then on the radio station, we also play a couple tunes from the CD. Okay. So what tunes from your CD, Jesus, would you like us to play?
I think Jesus.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we would play Jesus. So on the radio, we'll play Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, there's two of it. Thank you and Jesus.
Yeah, we can get two in there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you and Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is anything you would like to say to our Facebook family and friends before we end today?
Well, I want to thank all of my friends who tuned in.
Okay.
It is appreciated. And I know I will hear from some of you. So thank you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I want to thank all Facebook family and friends for joining in with us today and going down and traveling through Denise, Patricia, we used to call it Denise.
You can still call me Denise.
Musical journey with her. It's been a pleasure that she was able to come here and interview with us. And we're going to follow her and we're going to promote her so we can see where does she go from
basically
here.
Promote the choir.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And if you have any questions, or if you're out there listening and you have a musical journey that you would like to sit here and travel along with us, or we travel along with you, please contact us at
Philly.
Come on.
PhillyLiveRadio@gmail.com.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. And thank you, Gilbert, for all your help.
Thank you.
Okay.
And not a problem.
Thank you, Doris,
sometimes
for having me too.
Thank you,
Thank
honey.
you.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
And thank you, cuz.
Thank you.
All right. We are out. Close that one, baby. This one shut down early. About 2 minutes.
Now, how do you think I did? It wasn't
I think it was God. Good.